facing my fate today.
I'm falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war.
Good evening, lords and ladies. DJ Craige with my amazing co-host, Miss Ming Chow Clementine Wu, and our honored guest, Babu. We're here with the Behind the Fang podcast. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome to you, Lord Babu, and hello to the community.
Hello,
Yeah.
everybody. Hello, Craig and Lady Ming.
Yes, and hello 2020.
Hello, thanks for joining us today. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So, it's an honor to have you here finally, one of the elders in the Progeny community. So, we're all just dying to ask you this question, and Ming loves to say it.
I do. Lord Babu, who's your daddy? We want to know.
I don't have a daddy.
Oh, bummer. Come on.
No, I really don't have a daddy. I was actually embraced by my partner many moons ago. Over 7 years ago.
Wow, that's a long time.
Oh.
Yes. And then since then I have resired.
Oh, yes.
Apparently.
And who's your current sire?
My current sire is Risha, the Arch of SD.
Oh,
Oh, that's an honor.
Yes, it is.
yes, when I first joined, she was my arch as well. That is awesome.
Yes.
Wow, well, so was there any special about your embrace at the time? Did they have like a special altar that like rose you up and blood rained from the sky, or was it pretty straightforward?
I was in this dark back alley, and there was these ghosts that were like around me, and I felt very no, I'm
Wow.
just kidding. Yeah. No, there was.
You hooked me there. I
No,
was just
there
like,
was-
whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a scene from the underworld. Tell us more.
Right. There was people all around, but they felt like ghosts. I felt like I was, I don't know, gonna be killed or something in a back alley. No, no, there's a bunch of people
Is it
there.
down at Area 51? Come on.
Right. There was Area 51. There was aliens in the basement. So, yeah, there was a bunch of people that were there. We did it at, back then he was just a house leader, Laz Blackburn.
Oh.
Yeah, and then Arzo was there. Lady Eden, who was Zoe's ex-partner, was there. There was a bunch of people. Man, the whole house was there. The clan leader back then was Mel.
Wow.
Yeah, she's no longer a clan leader anymore. She lost her clan, but that's another story. But yeah, there was a bunch of people there. Yeah, that was 7 years ago. But it was good. It was a good embrace, which is always important. You don't want those back alley embraces like I was joking about.
Mhm.
Nobody's around.
Yeah, it's like, here, hop on.
Absolutely, the turn and burn.
Yeah, the dreaded turn and burn.
Yeah.
So your first time you went out feeding or hunting, how'd you feel about it? Wasn't it, I must say, wasn't it like a pleasure to not have to be like, excuse me, do you mind if I bite you?
Yes, sending those awesome like bloodlines requests.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, may I claw you to death real fast,
Mhm.
or sink my fangs into you? No, actually, we went to the Dirty Dive to feed. There was a bunch of
Oh,
us.
the dirty dive. Sounds dirty.
Yeah. Yes. It really was dirty. It was a BDSM sim.
Oh, wow.
There was always people there AFK, so you could do the dirty while biting them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that sounds terribly wrong though. Now thinking about it, but
Double the pleasure, double the fun, right?
right. Yeah. So, yeah, that was like a big time feeding spot back in the day. But yeah, a bunch of us went, and they showed me how to do a scan and on a human, you know what to scan for before biting, and then I went to town and just started biting like crazy, getting the blood that I needed, so I was full, and then went to Bloodlines East to start fighting.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow, nice.
It's sad there's a lovely little dove there now. I went there.
Yeah, it is very sad. I'm hoping one day it gets removed because it'd be great to fight there once again.
Well, definitely.
Go back to where it all started.
Well, that's... Yeah, it's quite the... Speaking of fighting, what about your first, AKA Fang Bang? How was that for you?
First time Fang Bang was an adrenaline rush. Because you don't know how it's going to go. Being a new vampire, being a fledgling, you don't know, hey, am I going to die? Am I going to get my butt kicked right out the door? I had some good teachers, Laz and a couple other people.
Nice.
Gave me some tips and pointers. And we attacked people like Archneuron, that was always at Bloodlines East, the Hyos and stuff. We attacked them. And Raven's Claw, which was always there. People like Michael Gann, Mock. I don't know if people remember Mock, but Mock was always there. It was
Wow.
a lot of fun. Like I said, it's an adrenaline rush.
Definitely, with that amount, like, even today, that would be quite the... quite the battle.
Yeah, like a standoff. It sounds very exciting and dangerous.
It was. It's very scary.
Well, we are, not angels.
We are
Or
vampires.
we're not sparkly or
Right.
cupcakes, as, contrary to popular belief.
That's right. We don't sparkle. We're real vampires. Take it seriously.
But no, Craig, I heard you have a baker's dozen, so you need to be quiet. And yes, this is in Twilight.
That's right.
Those sparkly snowflakes.
Underworld is way better.
Absolutely love that movie.
Yeah. Well, and I'm a True Blood fan too. They don't sparkle, but they are fly.
They kind of sparkle just a little bit.
They kind of do.
Honestly, near the end of the show, they did. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that sparkle shine bright.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what happened?
But it was a good show, though.
Oh, definitely. Some great iconic characters building mine. And so they say, with knowledge comes great power. What, if I may ask, is your current status or AKA title? I know you don't like them, but your current status in PV.
I follow the GCSC. I was actually just welcomed back. I was voted back in.
Nice.
I think it's been over
congrats.
a year now, or a year. Yeah, thank you. Since I left the GCSE because I went Renegade. My current title is House Precept Clan Sovereign, the Arch Advisory for SD, also the ex Inferno to the Source.
Wow.
Wow. That is very impressive background, and you do a lot for Progeny, for the community, which actually leads us to the next question. If you could tell us a little bit about the Ravage and how you started the concept and what the rules are.
I started the Ravage from going to retired Diabolic Nessus, used to do the Friday night fights. I used to go there and fight and watch and help promote for the Friday night fights, and they kind of started not happening, so I decided to write up some rules and everything, and I brought it to who did I bring it to first? I'm not sure if it was Diabolic Domino or Apron Overon. I brought it to their attention that this is what I want to do, is I want to start the Ravage.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we'll get this done. You can do it in the arena here, which is also the same place we'll do the Resiren. Rules are you can only walk, run, jump. You can't fly unless it's permitted by the referee at the time of the fight, announced beforehand. You can't use any followers whatsoever. No outside HUDs. You can only use the Progeny HUD and the Progeny Fangs. And you have to stay inside the arena. You can't leave. If you do, you get disqualified.
Awesome. A lot of people complain because they can't do air combat, but what are your feelings about that?
Well, flying, most people, okay, when you're not doing it in the Ravage and you're outside in the realm, flying is fine.
That's okay.
But when you fly, the flyer task, as far as Progeny goes, is a lot more harder and difficult to do. Plus, people lose sight if they don't have real good graphics or computers, and they're lagging too much. They can't see the fight themselves. It's better to fight on the ground for the Ravage than it is to fly. Plus, people start using like dashers and stuff, and dashing through the walls to try to go up. And then we did this once. We did it as a test. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The first or second Ravage we did, we actually allowed flying, and ended up being that people used followers, and they flew completely out of the arena, out of the castle, and they went up to like 2,000 meters in the air. At that height, it is hard for some people to be able to watch and actually see what's going on. And you lose the focus of what the whole purpose is. The purpose is for people to come together to watch people battle, to find out who's better. Just for fun. It's not even for like this or that. I mean, great. You get a prize at the end, you get a great trophy and stuff, and you get the title champion for until you get beat, but it's better to fight on the ground so you can see what's happening. You're staying in a certain spot, and it's not laggy unless people are having too much mesh on, and then it can be too laggy, and people complain about that. But I mean, you're going to get complaints regardless of how you go about it.
Absolutely.
Well, definitely, and we know us vain vampires, we don't take off our mesh, right?
Don't lose your hair.
Right. Don't take out your earrings, your nose piercings, take off your tattoos. You gotta get that script count down a lot low.
Yeah, no kidding. That's definitely a big thing. It's funny because a lot of people say that I lag them out when in combat with them because of, like, well, of course, I'm DJ, I like to be meshed out, and
right.
Yeah.
No comment. No comments.
Yeah, we actually had a fighter everyone complained about. He's also a champion as well, Taker. People complain about his complicity because it's over like 200 something thousand all the time, every time he fights. So they complain that he lags them out while he's fighting. Now I have fought Taker in the arena, and he didn't lag me out one bit.
Yeah, I have personally as well.
Times, though, it was like others that lagged me out that were around, which is weird because I drop my draw distance when I'm fighting in the arena, or when I'm fighting on the realm. I drop my draw distance down to like 10. So lag, because I need a new computer basically, but I have to do these little tweaks and stuff to be able to fight and know who's around me. I've even done it where I just go to advanced menu, and I'll render all the avatars that are around me. So then I have to basically use radar to be able to fight. Just so I can actually kind of know what's going on because my computer is lagging too much.
And you're
more of a challenge.
That must be very difficult to fight like that.
It is absolutely right too. I just before I thank goodness had the opportunity to get a good upgrade and a nice new gaming PC. Before that, I was I had to de-render the entire area. Most like anything with like poofers or high complexity, I had to de-render it just to
particles too.
Oh, particles were the worst, and like just anything it would like if. Basically, I find if your computer can't handle it, you should maybe wait on the combat or upgrade your RAM or graphics card because it makes it so much easier. Like, I couldn't imagine... I could see the avatars, they were like green and purple, but I couldn't imagine having to use the radar. That must have been pretty intense.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah,
it's
difficult.
A challenge. You don't get, it takes a while to get used to, but you can get used to fighting with just using radar.
Yeah, that's difficult. Well, and then we won't be able to see the beautiful vampires like Craige. So, I don't know. It's a win-lose, lose-win.
Yeah.
So the actual first Ravage of the year was yesterday, correct? And what's the next day? What's your schedule for it?
The next one is tomorrow at 5 p.m. SLT. Is the next one for the Ravage. And it'll be held with me as your referee.
Okay, awesome. So people, if they want to sign up, should they sign up with you, or they just show up to the arena?
They can just show up. It's better to let us know ahead of time. Sometimes it also determines on what kind of fight battle we're going to do. If it's going to be a one-on-one, a three-on-one, a guys versus girls. Got Muscle working on cage matches, which I was supposed to be built a cage, but I have not seen it yet.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
A bit of Mortal Kombat in there.
Yeah, basically, so you can't run anywhere. Can't run away.
You can't run, you can't hide. No evading.
Right.
That sounds fantastic. Okay, so we'll be looking for you tomorrow then in the arena at 5 p.m. Second Life time.
That's right, I'll be there.
Me
Right.
too,
Many people
definitely.
show up. But yeah,
I hope
anybody
so,
can sign
too.
up with me or Diabolic Tony, Diabolic Parth, Lord Woden they can get a hold of, or even Infernal Black Phoenix. Who's
Okay.
just signed up for the Ravage.
Well, I'll definitely get with you about that, because I want to show up. I had a blast yesterday, so heck
It
yeah.
was a lot of fun. Whether you're in the arena participating in active combat, or you're a participant in the stands doing a little bit of role play, or just enjoying it, it's very entertaining. It's live action. It's a lot of fun.
And
I
a
really
great-
encourage all the new vampires to go.
Me too. It's a great way to meet your fellow players and get to know the community. Don't be
Yes,
shy.
to socialize, to learn, to practice. It's great.
Awesome, yeah.
We do offer arena style fighting as well. If you want to learn to, me and Woden will teach classes. We do them on the off weeks that we don't do the Ravage at
Okay.
the exact same times.
Well, that's great.
Okay, that sounds great too.
And I wanted to also say, you also offer Ravage style fight training, correct?
Yes. So that's what I was meaning by the off weeks. Yeah, we offer arena style fighting for the Ravage. If there is something that's booked for some reason on the Progeny sim for that day, my arena is always open as well on my sim. I teach there as well. I've taught quite a few people. I even hold separate fights here as well if people don't want to fight there for some reason due to lag or whatever, or they can't get to the PV sim for whatever reason. They were a bad boy, a girl. They got in trouble. We'll hold off sim fights, and I kind of like let the Diabolics know about it as best as I can, depending on if it's last minute or not.
Yeah, specialized matches, of course.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, we
I
want
can't
to
wait.
hear about those rumored arch fangs that you have, Lord Babu.
And the awesome story of the Icker auction. That is
Yes.
one.
Okay. I have not arch fangs, but itcher fangs. There is a difference. Arch fangs, they have a bite range of 5 meters. I do not have that. Here, let me repeat that. I do not have arch fangs. For all you people that keep spreading rumors that I have arch fangs, I do not have them. I have itcher
How are they
fangs,
making more
which is completely
mysterious?
different. Yeah. I cannot. I am not an arch in no way, shape, or form. I am completely different. I do not have a bloodline that I am in charge of. I'm not an arch. I do not carry as much blood as an arch, but I will not tell you what my bite range is or what my blood is held at.
Well,
Oh,
of course.
All you that are trying
No,
to
of
guess
course
back
not.
and forth, how much blood do you carry? Look, anyone over 5 liters of blood, they scan as gorge. Once you hit over 5 liters of blood, you scan as gorge. So I could be only 5.5 blood. I could be 100 liters of blood. I am not going to tell you, but I'm not as much as an arch. Not even close.
Okay. All right, fair enough. You all heard it first from his lips, his mouth, to your ears.
Right.
Okay,
Directly
so
from
then,
the Fang himself.
Exactly. Exactly. And then also we saw in the museum a little display about your past as well, the Save a Renegade campaign. Do you want to talk to us about that?
Yeah, sure. I can gladly talk to you about that. So, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, we did save a Babu, have a voice for Renegades, because back then there was no voice for Renegades. I was actually the first official clan that went full on renegade. No GCSE, no Arch. We didn't respond to either. What happened was Laz Blackburn, he's a good friend of mine, inside and outside of the game. He was getting attacked by Dorian in his house, which Dorian was a rogue house who's currently now banned from the system. He was getting attacked by them. It was like 10 or so on him or whatever, and I was there. It was at Freebie Galaxy, and I was currently at that time underneath Shadow of Blood, SOB, underneath Arch Very Sinister, and I was telling him that I was going to go, I was going to help, and he was like, no, stay out of it, and I was like, no, he's my friend, he's my brother, I can't just, just leave him, he's getting beat up, and he was like, no, stay out of it, and I was like, you know what, no, I won't. And so I went against his wishes, and I posted in PV chat that I went full on renegade, that I don't recognize the GCSE, and I don't recognize my Arch. And I went in, and me and Laz ended up beating them up. Just the two of us on 10. We ended up making them PP out. They got beat up.
Wow,
and
that sounds very exciting.
Yeah, and after that, we, me and my clan went on a, I guess, hunting spree. We took on, basically went after everybody. Yeah, we went after everybody in Progeny. I'm not even gonna lie. We went after everybody. RC, HOB, SOB, we went after everybody. Hyos, Darlington's line. We were known as, the black sheep of Progeny for a long time, because we went after everybody, and they were trying to get me punished. Actually, there was I had to go back through my notes, and I found it in my inventory. But I was actually up on charges a long time ago, back when we had the marshal's office and advocate's office.
Wow.
They were trying to get me, I don't even know, Sourceland or something, some kind of punishment for something.
Dusted.
Don't play it out. Well, no, it wasn't dusted. It wasn't dusted. I wouldn't go that far, because I never broke any rules. I asked him. Everybody went to a GCS meeting. I showed up, and I was like, prove that I've ever broken any of the actual GCS rules. They couldn't. And when you're a renegade, you only follow system rules, and I never broke any of those either. But they wanted to do some role play, and I was kind of okay with it until I found out what they were trying to punish me with, and then I was like, no. And the end result, which I have the notes for it, was 30 days of forced hibernation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I found out, and I wasn't supposed to. The information was leaked, and I'm not going to give up the source either.
Okay.
The information was leaked, and I went to, and I said, I will not agree to these terms. I'm not going to be forced hibernation when I didn't do anything wrong. Especially that's not a role played out punishment. Role play punishment I probably would have been okay with, but it wasn't role played out. It was just going to be forced hibernation for 30 days, and I went against it, and I was like, no, and then they ended up throwing out the whole trial, which also kind of stunk, because I wasn't even able to make it, because I had to I was stuck in the other realm working. So Laz was basically my advocate represented me while I wasn't even there, because that kind of sucked too. Every time they did it, I was unable to make it to the hearing to testify, to even speak on my behalf, role play out also with them. And then when they tried to sentence me out, no, not happening. I went against it.
That is very interesting, and that's a very interesting tale. A good chunk of history right there.
Wow.
Many stories. I can go on all day, but we ain't got time for that.
No, we're going to have you back another time and tell some more stories.
So, in closing, since you've been here so many years and seen so many things, what in the future do you see or what is the future of Progeny do you see? What are you excited about and foreshadow?
Well, I'm hoping that the Ravage takes back off like it did when I first brought it to Progeny. Hoping that Woden's able to get the support he needs on Wednesday nights, or Wednesday evenings, mornings, however you want to look at it, depending on your time zone.
Yeah. I never miss a Wednesday, by the way.
I'm hoping I've met somebody that does recordings, awesome recordings of different things. They do dances and stuff, but I'm trying to get them to record an inside, outside fight styles of how we fight in the realm and how we fight in the Ravage, so people can see that, and then actually probably get more people to join the Ravage. So basically, I'm trying to do some more promoting for the Ravage as well. I foresee hopefully the Lycan HUD being released, so everyone that wants to be a Lycan can have a HUD and stop complaining that they don't have one. I love you, Lycans. Don't take it the wrong way, but you guys cry too much. You guys cry a lot, Wolf.
I love it.
Gosh, for those of you furry creatures, you like thoughts out there, you did not hear that.
Yeah, don't growl. It's all right.
I have a lot of friends and family that want to be Lycans and stuff, so I like giving them a little tease.
Yeah.
Me too. I love scratching their head, a little bit.
Right. You got give them a little flea powder. There you go.
Well, I
gotta
gotta
to roll up the newspaper on their wet little noses. I know him.
Oh well, when they nip at me, I can remember. I bite back.
Yes,
that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
So,
I foresee a lot of hopefully good things coming out of 2020 here this year. Hopefully more of the community can speak up for themselves, get some things on the agenda, and be able to voice what they want to see and what they want out of Progeny instead of just sitting there quietly. If you don't say anything, you're not going to be heard. If you stand there and sit there and just be quiet, nobody's going to jump in your box and be like, hey, are you sure you don't want to say something and speak up? You got to speak up for yourself if you want to be heard in this system.
Oh, definitely.
Exactly. You get out of it and what you put into it. So,
that's right.
Let's make it happen, folks.
Yep.
That's right. And finally, I want to say thank you for all my family members throughout the years. If I would not be where I am without them. So Vita, Scoot, Eddie, Maddie, Risha, Cerise, all my kids, all my family out there, niece, nephews, I thank you all for over the years of always being there, having my back. My sisters, my brothers, and I still will bite all of you, just in case if you think I won't otherwise. I will still bite all of you.
There is no discrimination, right?
Yeah, no. I don't discriminate. I bite my kids on a regular, so.
Oh, me too. You gotta keep them sharp, right?
That's right.
On their toes. It's all in good fun.
Right. Yes.
Well, it
So
truly
lastly,
has.
I'm sorry to my boss, Craig, but I have to ask this because I'm obsessed with Star Wars. So,
Yes.
do you have, if you had the choice of being a Jedi or a Sith Lord, which one you're going to choose?
I would be a dark Jedi, is what I would be.
Nice.
Yes. I like the dark side because there's always that line you could walk without breaking rules, and then there's that good where I want to help people to better themselves and further surpass and reach their goals like I have, and not be held down. Granted, it sometimes requires stepping on some toes, which I don't like doing, but I mean it does happen.
Oh, totally.
A necessary evil. So you're a villainous hero. There you go, folks.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Peter Pan, if you would.
Love it. I love it. So any parting words to the vampires, the youngins coming up in the community? What would you say to them?
You need help? Ask for it. Don't just sit there and not ask questions. If you're not sure about something or you're confused, jump in PB chat. That's why it's there. Ask questions. There's no stupid question and no stupid answer. If nobody wants to answer you, jump in my box. Ask me all the questions you want. I will help you to the most ability as I can. If you want to learn how to fight, you want to come join the Ravage, even though you're being told by your house leader, clan leader, come see me. I will sign you up and get you in there against your leader's wishes. Because I am that dark Jedi. I will get you, and I will deal with your leaders, because as I was told, it is for everybody. That's why it's there. It's for the whole community. It's not just for me and me alone. It's for the whole community. That's why it's there. The Progeny is for the community. It's not just about one set of people or one person. It's for everybody.
Yep.
If you want to be a part of the community, join it.
Well, exactly, and we're
hiding in the shadows.
It's a game that we want to keep fun, and hell, combat is fun.
Yeah.
I must admit, I love it.
Besides all the
Absolutely.
drama and meetings of sleeping, I mean, people not putting anything on the agendas,
Yeah, I hear
which I
you.
hope gets changed.
I
Yeah.
hope so too. Hope for some more active participation politically.
Well,
this
I
year,
hope
this
to
coming
also
year.
speak with the awesome Diabolic Parthenia and get some more amazing events cracking here in the new year. So make sure you keep an eye on the notices.
Yep.
Yes,
So
we'll do.
we're going to
Look forward
see
that.
Lord Babu tomorrow at the Ravage in the arena at Graves Design Sim at 5 p.m. Second Lifetime. Do not miss it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Be
bring
there
your
or be
friends.
square.
Exactly. Okay, boss.
Oh.
Now what?
Well, I think it's time to go hunting. Thank
Yeah,
you all.
Let's go get a bite to eat.
Darn right.
Lord Babu, thank you so much. It's been an honor. You're a very exciting character in the realm, and you do a lot for Progeny. We thank you.
Thank
And
you. Thank
like
you.
we
Thank you,
spoke about
community.
before, we hope to have you back again very soon.
Absolutely.
Just let me know. I'm always around.
May the force be with you. Good night, everybody. Thanks to the community for listening. Thank you, Lord Babu.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. Good night, community.